One of the reasons why corporates are not being able to understand the full risk gamut of the industry is the paucity of skilled manpower. And the other reason is that lack of understanding on the part of the senior management. Now, the risk index that we have calculated, we interviewed 150 corporates and measured these risk indices on these 150 corporates. What we found out is that some of the industries which are having high risk exposure are those industries which are having regular contact with the customer or high customer contact. For example, FMCG sector, ITES sector, BFSI sector. So these are some of the sectors which are having very, very high touch with the customers. There are some other sectors like metals and minings and healthcare sector, which have very low risk exposure. Now, if you look at the risk preparedness, I would in general say that sectors which are regulated are well prepared to handle these risk indices. For example, BFSI sector or telecom sector. These are the two sectors that I'm aware of which have a very high level of risk preparedness. So on the one side, BFSI sector, if I take an example of BFSI sector, has high level of risk exposure, and it also has a high level of risk preparedness. So the risk score of this sector doesn't come out to be very high. Whereas if you look at some sectors like hospitality and logistics sector, these sectors, the level of risk preparedness is very, very low. So therefore, the risk score or risk index score comes out to be risk preparedness divided by risk exposure comes out to be very low. So therefore, they are very less prepared compared to any other industries. So in this way, we are doing more and more companies so that this score is more relevant for the industry, and each and every company who wants to understand their risk preparedness and risk index, they can readily understand and compare it within the industry as well as outside the industry. Once we decided to form a risk index, we got in touch with Frost & Sullivan, which is a world expert in such kind of matters. And we have collaborated with them to form this risk index. And they have extensive experience across the world of forming various indices across the world. So Frost & Sullivan has been used to form this risk index.
ICICI Lombard and CNBC-TV18 present India Risk Management Awards, honoring the new age risk management practitioners.